Every CPA student has had the same question in their mind at some point or another, and that is, am I ready for the exam? How do I know whether I'm ready or not? And that's the topic of today's video. So what percentage correct should you be getting on your practice questions? I would recommend the standard of 80%. You should be getting an average of 80% on your topics going into the exam. That's for both MCQs and SIMs. If you're getting it correct 80% of the time, you can feel very confident in your ability. Maybe you're just missing the other 20% because of the more advanced topics. So 80% would be a great score going into the exam. Next, you need to ask yourself, have I studied enough content? Are there any topics that I'm missing? And for this, we're going to look at the Aicpa Blueprints. So the Aicpa is essentially the maker of the CPA exam. And they create these blueprints to show the exact structure of each of the 4 exams. So let's take a look at an example. So this is the Aicpa Blueprint for the 𝗲 exam. This is for Area 3, Select Transactions, which makes up 20 to 30% of your exam score. So the first topic is contingencies and commitments. We see these 4 different skills: remembering and understanding, application, analysis, and evaluation. Remembering and understanding is the easiest kind of skill. This is simply knowing one simple fact, like a definition. So that's the easiest skill. Next is application, which is where you apply the skill that you learned. So remembering and understanding and application typically show up as MCQs. Then we have analysis and evaluation, which is where you apply knowledge from different sources to come to a conclusion. So those typically show up on the task-based simulations. So we can see that we need to know how to calculate the amounts of contingencies and prepared journal entries, and we should be able to apply this information. But if we look at the task of recall the recognition and disclosure criteria used to identify commitments and contingencies, we only need to know it at a very basic level. So I would recommend that you actually download the Aicpa Blueprint, which you can find in my comments, and go through your exam and highlight the areas of the blueprint that you don't know well enough. That way you can study all of the content following the official guide of what's going to be on the CPA exam. So those are my 2 steps, 80%, and go through the blueprints and see what you know and what you don't know. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Feel free to reach out in the comments below.